Liverpool Football Club apparently has a shortlist of 3 strikers. Liverpool are also in the market for a top-class winger, and we have been linked with West Ham left-footed forward Mohammed Kudus, and Marc Guehi remains a topic of discussion, even though he may not be the only centre-back target. People, it's Monday Night Live. It's our staple show. Been going for years. You know what to do. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Sit back, relax. Let's get into it.
Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
All the good work
the
up.
2 legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Yes, lovely people. Hope you're well. Matt and Drift will be joining. They will be joining slightly later, not too long from now. I've got to speak about this comment here before we get into proceedings. Shout out to Mabdi. It says, big up Kopish. Part 1 rumor is FSG might want to go out on a blaze of glory, since most businesses have a point where everything is rosy and that's the time to exit, not when finishing 3rd bare minimum. Bear in mind, can I be the first to say, my owners are going nowhere. We're not going anywhere. FSG for life. Forever securing gold for life. Fenway Sanderson Group for life. We ain't going nowhere. We're just getting started. Go on to say PE companies invested in the club are waiting to turn in profit sometime soon, according to us. So, bro, Mabdi, what we do? No, Mabdi, we are here for life. We ain't going nowhere. We're just getting started. We're just getting started. You think we're going to jump off the train now when we just left the station? We're picking up Isak on the way. We're picking up Marc Guehi on the way. Maybe a few others on the way. This train just started moving, bro. This ain't the last stop. This is the first stop. FSG are here to stay. We ain't going nowhere. Nowhere. Big up Jamie Phillips in the chat. Hope everyone is well. Big up Beige and Reds TV in the chat. Go and subscribe to Jamie Phillips Football Chats. Go and subscribe to Beige and Reds TV as well. Got a shout out to the one, the only Lakers. This is birthday today, so you know we've got to start the show right. Happy birthday, Lakers. This is for you, bro. Big up. We also got to give a shout out to Imran in the building. I see. Shout out to Andre. Shout out to Scottish Bear. Pimp in Distress in the building. Mr. Moses. I don't know if Uncle Rods is in here. Uncle Rods and I did a show earlier on Uncle Rods' channel. So if you've got some free time after this show or tomorrow, do check that out. Me and Bejan Barnes did a show on Friday. If you haven't caught that and you've got some free time either after this show or tomorrow, check that out as well. We have got some stuff to talk about today, people. Big up John Conway, longest serving member of ours as well. Uncle Rod's in on the building. Right. So, shout out to Beige and Res TV. Drift will be on his channel tomorrow, so make sure you check that out as well. What time is that? Just throw that in the chat, please, Beige and Barnes, if you can, so the people know. Right. 3 striker options, people. And the 3 striker options are Hugo Ekitike, Victor Osimhen, and our favorite, Alexander Isak. Do you know what? I've got to clear this up from now. So shout out to Emil Heskey. He says, where do I sign up for FSG In if we get Isak? I'll have to consult a few people because I'll be honest, I don't like people jumping on the FSG In train now when it looks rosy. You weren't with us when we were pushing weight in the gym. You weren't with us when things weren't as rosy as they are now. So why should you bask in our success now that we're up. Why should you guys get this glory, pause, now that we're up and we're spending the big money? Why weren't you riding with us when we were telling you we're being frugal? Why weren't you riding with us when we were saying we don't need players last summer, we just need to analyze the squad, we've got enough? Where were you? Where were you when we said calm down, don't worry about the contracts, we'll sort that? Where were you? Huh? Where were you when me and Zabiri was telling everyone these are the owners, these are the real owners? Where were you lot when I was saying bun the City owners, they're cheating, we're outside on the front line? Where were you? I've been screaming about this since the Caicedo thing happened. You guys saw what I said. FSG to the day I die. And you don't ridiculed me. You don't ridiculed me. Now look at you. Oh, can I be FSG in now? Can I be FSG in? Where were you guys? Where were you guys? Do you know what? Because the window's going so well, because I feel so nice about it, maybe I let a few of you have that FSG in pass. But on a real, some of you guys don't deserve it. So see, this is what I need to be seeing. Some of you guys don't deserve it. I hate to say it. Look at this. Imran, one of my closest in the community. My guy, Imran, FSG fans stay grieving. This sort of attitude that's holding us as a fan base back. Forever securing gold. Forever securing gold. Big up Lakers. Me and Lakers, we've been FSG from the beginning. Big up Malcolm. We've been trying to tell. See, Sean, you're better than this, Sean. You're better than this. You're better than this. Wow, Mark, I expected better from you. Fun, stay grounded. You know what, Mark, I'm gonna do a Chris Jericho. I'm gonna add you to the list because I'm not just gonna have people jump on the bandwagon when it suits them. Here we got Marc A, Imran. Who else? What did I? Forever securing greatness, Luca. That's what I'm saying. Oh, Uncle Rods, I see you. You've made the list, Uncle Rods. You've made the list, Uncle Rods. Where are we? We're forever staying greedy. Liam, you've also made the list. You don't think I'm joking? I got the pen and pad here. Like, if I see any slander on my owners, there will be repercussions. There will be repercussions. You lot can't sit there, get Florian Wirtz, Mamadashvili through the door, Frimpong, Kirkes, potentially Isak, potentially Kudus, potentially Marc Guehi, and still be saying FSG out. You can't be. You can't be. What more do we have to do to prove ourselves to you? 2 Premier Leagues we delivered. 2 Premier Leagues we delivered. 2 Premier Leagues and you still want more. Big up to my bro. Big up yourself, brother. 2 Premier Leagues and you still want more. Wow. All we ever wanted to do was secure trophies for you guys, and that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We almost gave you a quad. We might give you a quad in the future. We just gave you a Prem. We're close to getting number 21. And some of you are still moaning about my owners. It hurts. Fozzie, I see you as well, man. Fozzie, some of the things you've been saying about FSG, you've made the list as well, man. Oh, sorry, Liam. I misread the situation. Meant greedy for success. Hashtag my owners. Big up Jamrock. Jamrock's another one. Me and Jamrock been saying from day dot, Believe in this ownership. Believe in this ownership. It's not all them who's making mistakes. Have we made mistakes in the past? Yes, we have. Yes, we have. But do you know what? For anyone in the chat, name me someone perfect apart from Jesus or God. Go on. Name me someone perfect apart from Jesus or God. A short conversation, isn't it? Yes, we've made mistakes. Yeah, we made mistakes, but look at us now. John, not you, John. Not you, John. FSG out from you, John. No, not you, John. Not you, John, man. Nah, that's dark from you, John, bro. Reluctantly, John, I'm going to have to add you to the list, bro. That one really hurts because you've been our longest serving member. Jamal, Cal, was you in the conversation when Klopp wanted Darwin in 2022? No. I tried to warn the ownership about it. You know, they gave Klopp the power, and rightly so. Klopp earned that power, so I can't even be mad at it. But I did try and warn them against it and be like, look, it's not the move. It's not the move. But you know what? I just want to clear this up as well. I have not been bought by FSG, John Henry, or anyone at the club. I am speaking freely and happily. This is who I am now. Oh, Liam, your name's been removed, bro. You're all good. You're all good, Liam. You're on the good side now. I just tell you, just to confirm who I've got on the list so far. So I have Marc A, Imran, Uncle Rods, Fozzie, and John Conway at the moment. Big up to Bayesian Reds TV says FSG for like, come on, this is what I need. This is the energy. This is the energy. Was Klopp being stubborn? Yeah, he was. He was being stubborn at times, but also he earned that as well. He did earn that. But yeah, he was being stubborn sometimes. Andre, add my name, Cal. I volunteer. I mean, if you're asking, bro, Andre to the list. I'd have thought better of it, but shout out to Jamrock. Me and him obviously been leading the way. A lot of different factions have made mistakes. Owners, Klopp, and coaching staff and backroom staff. People just side with Klopp on most things because they like him. So I'm saying it's the difficult conversations, Jamrock. They didn't want to have. They didn't want to have. They didn't want to have these difficult conversations. But look at us now. We're all sitting at the table and we're all eating good. We're all eating good. Why? Because our ownership. We're being run like clockwork, people. Run like clockwork. Oh my. I'm going to use this one as well. FSG funding success globally. Love it. Love it. Ah, that's beautiful. Owen Murdoch. I'm going to have to add you to the list as well, brother. Sorry, Owen Murdoch. Wow, that's a shame, Owen, man. That's a shame. Sean said John been sending them nice cigars. Trey is a harsh word, Sean. Like we're friends, bro. Like where did that come from? And no, I don't smoke cigars. You guys know I don't do alcohol or any form of drugs. I'm speaking freely. I'm a happy person. I'm a happy person. We've just won the league. Just won the league. Just signed Florian Wirtz, Frimpong, Kirkes, Mamadashvili. We signed a third choice goalkeeper with homegrown tendencies. What are we moaning about? We're all the way up. Big up yourself, Brendan. Fenway Sanderson's group got a ring to it. I know. Big up Troy. Look how Troy, aren't we good now? We're good now. Wow, FT. Gonna add you to the list. This is cheeky. Forever signing G's. Come on, Liam. Come on. Oh, no. We're not doing this still, Owen. We're not still bringing up the Super League, are we? We're better than that. We're not still doing this. Oh, Owen. What are you going to tell me next? You're going to tell me, the ticket prices. Name the good that they've done. Balance. Bring the balance. If you name one bad thing they've done, give me one thing they've done good. It hurts me that some of you guys have done this. It hurts. Big up yourself, Glasgow Reds TV. Hope you're well as well, brother. It's been a while, but I hope you're good. Right, let's speak about the three strikers. Hugo Ekitike, Alexander Isak, and Victor Osimhen. Where do we begin, guys? Firstly, I'm going to ask you guys to rank them from best to worst. So who is the best out of the three? Who is the second best? And who is the third best? In my particular opinion, I've got Isak at the top, Osimhen second, and Ekitike third. Now, Osimhen is currently 26 years old. Isak turns 26 years old, I believe, in September, I believe. Let me double check that. Isak in September turns 26, while Ekitike is currently 23 years old, if I'm not mistaken, and has just turned 23 years old. So Osimhen and Isak are virtually the same age. Ekitike is quite a bit younger. Jamie, I can't read that one out. That's kind of mad. But I'm not surprised, Jamie. This is what you do. You write things and say things, Jamie, that leave me puzzled with life, bro. Interesting take, Jamrock. Isak, Ekitike, Osimhen. Interesting take. Are we saying that because of profile, or because I think Osimhen is a better goal scorer than Ekitike? Ekitike may have a bit more to his game. I don't think Osimhen's a scrub. Osimhen is not the prettiest on the eye. He probably doesn't pass the eye test, but he might be the most effective out of the three, potentially. Like, he's very, very good. And we saw it at Napoli. We've seen it at Galatasaray. And I granted that the Turkish league isn't the greatest, but him and Kvara, they had the Italian league in a chokehold. They delivered Napoli's first Scudetto in a long, long time, since Maradona was there, if I'm not mistaken. They are heroes in that region of the world, barring the silly people who decide to do racist stuff to Osimhen. But apart from that, I mean, Osimhen's good, man. Let me ask you guys a question. Does it worry you about the injuries of Isak? We're going to have a serious conversation about these strikers now. Pimping distress. Just when I thought no one could surpass Jamie, you've done it. That one I definitely can't read out. That one's crazy. You've actually surpassed Jamie. I didn't think that'd be possible. Wow. Couple of you say no worries. Yes, he's not worth 100 mil plus. Yeah, a little bit. A little. Yes, if Diaz leaves. That's a good answer, Liam, to be fair. SJOT117. He's not worth 100 mil plus. Isak is. Oh, I guess that means Ekitike. Jamrock says Osimhen is just not the type of striker I wanted. Isak is developed to where he is now. Ekitike can go to that level. Osimhen is what he is now. I hear it. We need a bag now striker, says Cathal. Osimhen release clause expires on the 15th, says The Rock says. Very interesting. Bruno, big up Bruno Banton, says Isak is very injury prone. He picks up a couple injuries during the season. Very true. I'm trying to think who else is there. Emil says no, because the powers of the Merseyside at work. If this was Klopp, I maybe would be a little bit more worried about Isak's injuries, but I think Slot showed last season that he's able, him and his coaching staff, got to give credit to the coaching staff, obviously the medical team, they've showed that they're able to keep players fit for sustained periods. You look at Konate, who had his most successful season injury-wise. Jota only got the injury when he got taken out by Tosin against Chelsea. Joe Gomez was probably again the one that you should see suffering the injuries. Shanti says that's why Isak and Delap would have been perfect. Hey, I hear you, bro. That was the one I wanted. Again, what about Mikataudze? For anyone who watched the show earlier, you know I know how to pronounce his name now, from Lyon. Mikataudze. What about him? Or dare I say the freebie? I won't mention his name. Shares the same name as Craig, the singer. What about him on a free if you get Isak? If Jota is to move on. It's a conversation. Surely it's a conversation. I just personally think Isak's the one, man. I'm not looking to leave this window without Isak holding up that Liverpool jersey with a pen in his hand, sitting at a table with a Liverpool backdrop. That number 9 shirt is waiting for him. Destiny is waiting for him. Florian Wirtz, Alexander Isak, Mohammed Salah. Surely that's just a madness. How special would that be? Domination. That screams domination. I'm here for it. But if Isak isn't to happen, I want you guys to put one name in the chat. If Isak doesn't happen, do you want us to sign Osimhen or Ekitike? I think Ekitike has a higher ceiling potentially. I think Osimhen is the best player right now. Matt's hairline, you want to sign Messi? I know. See, there's always one. You give 2 options, and there's always someone who throws in another name. Alvarez ain't happening, brother. I've spoken to the boys. It ain't happening. Alvarez ain't happening. I like Alvarez. It's just not happening. The deal's not happening. Maybe next season. Maybe. It's not happening. Brendan, I'd like you to elaborate a bit more on this if you can, please, bro. Ekitike is more realistic. I actually think it's the other way around. I think Osimhen's more realistic. I think Osimhen's the more realistic player to get. I think we kind of know the price range. We're already dealing with Napoli with the whole Nunes situation. Promo, this is fair. Cal Afcon puts me off Osimhen. I hear it. But if Diaz is to stay, then surely we should be able to cover Osimhen in that time. Interesting point, though. Is it interesting point? Osimhen might be less likely because of AFCON, though, realistically. What about the 50 mil Harry Kane release clause? We ain't doing that. Harry Kane's in his 30s now for a start, and his salary demands are crazy. If it was up to me, though, I mean, I'm going to do a map here, but Kane and Isak, I mean, run it. Kane homegrown as well, and he lifted that Premier League trophy. We can make that happen for you, Harold. Isak, he lifted that Premier League trophy. We can make that happen for you, Alexander. And the reason I say I think Osimhen is more realistic than Ekitike is because there's no price point for Ekitike. They want, what, 100 million euros? That's the equivalent of around 86 million pounds. Ain't no way Liverpool are spending that sort of money on Ekitike. Ain't no way we're doing that. He's not proven enough to give that sort of outlay. Isak is proven. If you're going to go up to 130 mil, for example, for Isak, he is proven. Shout out to Peterson. Let's say we sign Victor and Isak. Would you play 4-4-2? In some games we can. In the same way Isak and Gyökeres play for Sweden, I think Isak would act as a facilitator there, and Osimhen would act as the quote unquote number 9 out of the two, where Isak would be the second striker, in my opinion. Shout out to Charlie Williams, says Isak number 1, but if not, then Ekitike. Ekitike's playmaking is so good. Definitely needs to improve on aerial duels and take less shots, but his potential is scary. It's fair. Ride Shotgun said, big up Ride Shotgun. It's been a while. Hope you're well. Are we making too many changes? Exciting though. Maybe, but we always needed a summer like this because of us not doing what we needed to do over the last few years. We always needed a summer like this where we just have a little spring clean. What's going on, Drift?
What's good?
Liam says, surely buying Osimhen helps us sell Darwin. Isak, #number 1. I don't even know at this point. Napoli are playing hardball. We're playing hardball. Is what it is. What's your thoughts on the striker situation, Drift? The 3 strikers we've sort of narrowed down the shortlist to, it seems.
I'm the same as you in terms of the importance from the list. I think Ekitike is the least important. Isak's obviously, like, that's the crown jewel, in it. So yeah, the only reason I don't want Ekitike is because I want somebody ready now. Like, the whole point in getting rid of Nunes is to have somebody ready now, right? So Ekitike might need a year or 2 to become that guy, and therefore it'd just be a little frustrating waiting for him. I would have no issue with us buying him now. You can tell he's going to be a good player. It would just be about, I think Osimhen would be better because Osimhen would be more predatory, and I think he would score more goals than Ekitike. So
that's fair. So let's say we manage to get Ekitike for 60 mil. And let's say he does improve all aspects of his game within the next 2 years. Would you do that, or would you still prefer to get Isak, who is ready now but does have the injuries kind of hanging over his head?
The only way I'd be all right with it is if there was somebody else at the club. So let's say there was a perfect scenario where Jota doesn't get injured.
Cool. We know that's not the case. I'm going to switch.
But just to give you an idea of what would make me put up with Ekitike not being ready right now. So, like, if there was a scenario where Jota was fit for about 80% of the season, and I know he could carry the goal-scoring burden while Ekitike is learning, then I'll be cool with it. But not when Jota and Nunes probably should go, and then you're going to bring in Ekitike and just kind of wait for him.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Question for you in the chat. I'm just going to pop off screen for a sec. Would you sign Isak for 130 mil or Osimhen and Ekitike for a combined 140? I'll come back. Give me a sec. Good luck with that one. I know.
That's an interesting one. Let me think about it. Yeah, I'm seeing what I'm just taking in what you lot are saying in the comments. It's true. There's a lot of variables that would have to go into that, right? Straight away, Isak is like, that's the one you want, right? He's the better one. He's the game changer. But then you think, who would be the backup striker to Isak if he goes? What would be the scenario? Is Diaz still here? Has Diaz left? Is Jota still here? Has Jota left? Yeah, there's a lot of variables, I'm not gonna lie. Because if you tell me that Nunes, say for example, within that scenario, Diaz, Nunes, and Jota all left, then you kind of look at it and you go, well, you need Ekitike and Osimhen, because Ekitike can play wide. If Osimhen isn't available or Ekitike isn't available, you've obviously got the other one because you need a backup striker. So the scenario does depend. Whereas with Isak, if those three left and then you only bought Isak, who's backup left wing if anything goes wrong? Who's a backup striker if anything goes wrong? Do you get what I mean? And then you're kind of left in a bit of a predicament. And I know it sounds stupid to think negatively, but you do have to think negatively when it comes to that type of stuff. So yeah, that'll be interesting. It would definitely be about what the situation was for me personally. It will be about who is here, who's going, what the scenario is. I mean, straight off the bat, I just think Isak, game changer, boom, boom, boom. But yeah, depends who goes. Now, if you tell me Isak, Diaz still goes, but then you go and buy another left winger, then we'll figure it out. If you buy a left winger like maybe Rodrigo, who can play up front if necessary, then cool. We got a backup then just in case. Yeah, it's a funny one. But we'll see. I'll be very intrigued as to what Cal would actually do when he gets back. Obviously, I'll ask him. I could see a lot of people that are thinking, look, if it means we got Isak at the club, then do it. I do get that because of the buzz of what that is and how great we would be with him in there. But you do have to look at the situation and think to yourself, if an injury happens, then what? Because you do have to think that way, you know? You can't be naive. What happens if there's an injury? Or a few injuries throughout the season where there's like 3 weeks here, a month there. Do you get what I mean? Like, I don't know. Promo, I could see it. I know he was. He will be held accountable for those crimes at some point. Don't you worry, brother. Big up Matt's hairline. Big up Ball. What is, hold on. Baldians. Is that what that is? Big up the Baldians. Much love, Drift. Big up yourself. Matt's hairline. I'm actually very, very, very intrigued as to whether you actually have hair with your bald yourself on top of that skull. So I'm very intrigued. Very intrigued. But big up yourself as always, G. Verts to the left. Shanti saying you can put Verts to the left. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if you want to do that though, man. You just want Verts playing where he plays. You just want Verts playing where he plays. But it ain't the worst thing in the world if Szoboszlai's fit. Szoboszlai can come into the 10. But yeah. It's actually gonna be very, very interesting what happens in the next few weeks, you know, because now we got to look at the outgoings. We've got about, I'd probably say we've got about 70% of our incomings done already, right? Now you have to look at the situation and you have to think to yourself, who's leaving? That's the important part now. Who is leaving? Who's going? Who's still going to be here at the beginning of the tour for pre-season? Who's still going to be here on the first day of the season? Who's still going to be here when the window shuts and the transfer window's closed? That is the part now. That's the part where you have to look and you go, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't know. But we will see. We will see. See, all these false narratives. Saeed Cole, I think is how you pronounce your name, bro. For 40.99. I've never said Nunes is better than Osimhen. I said they're on the same level. I said Osimhen is overhyped because at the time he was. I stand on it. Whether I take Osimhen at Liverpool or not is besides the point. I even said at that time I would take him at Liverpool. Osimhen was way overhyped. Do you really think if Osimhen was as good as people were saying he was, there would be this struggle for him to find a club, or there would be a reluctance from people to pull the trigger on a £60 million release clause? come on, man. It's because as much as he's a good striker, he's not as good as everyone thought he was. The year Napoli won the league, people were talking about him like he was the greatest thing since sliced bread. And that's all it is. He wasn't that. You know what I mean? But and at the same time, Nunes has had the 2 or 3 years now and hasn't quite been able to do it. In a year or two's time, we could be talking about Osimhen in the exact same way. We don't know. It's just Nunes has failed. You move on, and then you see what your next option can do. As simple as that. You know what I mean? I think when Nunes goes, Nunes is going to go to maybe Italy or Spain, and wherever he goes, I think he's going to do very, really well. You know what I mean? And then it is what it is. But it's just because the Nunes project is over now. That's why. So now who are the other targets? Osimhen could end up just like Nunes. It is a worry. It is a worry, but got to take some risks, right? At least I know that, you know, Osimhen knows where the goal is. So we will see. We will see.
What have I missed?
No, just a couple of people doing the whole, from what your question was, like, who do you think? There'd have to be, I know it's like beating around the bush, but there's got to be variables. Does Diaz go? Does Joran Nunes go? You know what I mean? Like who? Because do we need the more bodies in, or is it just Nunes goes and then, you know what I mean? What would you prefer? So it just depends. What would you do though?
By Isak.
Oh, so you even if like Diaz and Nunes went and then there was no cover on left wing, you would still be like, who cares?
Get for fun, isn't it?
No, but that's what I'm saying. Are the variables you still get another player after us? Are like what are the, you get what I mean? What are the variables?
We ain't stopping now, bro. If we get Isak,
come on, man, we gotta be realistic. We ain't buying Ekitike, Osimhen, and a good left winger. Regardless of even if Diaz left, we're not, bro. That what kind of fantasy football dream? Like, come on, man, that ain't happening, bro. Do you really think that would happen?
Who we owned by?
Bro, we're not doing this shameless shit.
Who we owned by?
We're not doing this shameless shit.
Who are we owned by, Drift? Just say the letters, bro.
You sat there and looked me in my face and said, Drift, do you know who owns us? Why the hell do you think we're gonna buy a £100 million player this summer? I had to. And now we buy Verts, and now you flip.
No, I had to though. I had to because
bro. No, we're not doing.
I knew it was going behind the scenes. I had to do what I had to do. Ocean's 11, innit? I had to do what I had to do.
Okay.
But
no, we wouldn't buy Osimhen, Ekitike, and a left winger.
We don't need to. We could buy Isak.
No, but if Diaz left, then that
Diaz,
would be a scenario.
We'll keep Diaz.
If Diaz is staying, then I'm going Isak.
Even if Diaz is going, I'm still going Isak.
No, but if Diaz, Joran Nunes left, Ekitike and Osimhen could be a good option because you've got Ekitike that could cover wide. You still got the forwards. Maybe Verts could go wide, Ekitike. You know what I mean? Like, you'd have options. So, yeah. It's a nice little fantasy world to live in for a minute, though.
I was on the NDA. Big up, Liam. Just out of curiosity, are you FSG in, FSG out? Where do you sit on this whole situation?
I'm 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
That's a shame.
Bro, one summer ain't going to completely flip my opinion. Okay. I'm over the moon they're finally moving the way we want them to. But one summer's not going to make me do a complete... Yeah, no.
That's a shame.
But I'm over the moon.
That list. You just made that list, unfortunately.
Remember, they have done this before.
When have they done this before?
We broke the record when we bought Virgil. We broke the record when we bought Alisson.
You're right. We broke the record for goalkeeper, record for a centre-back. Almost broke the record for a centre midfielder. Have now broke the record for an attacking midfielder, and we're probably going to break the record for a centre forward in the UK.
Yeah.
And
so they do have previous of being able to do this, but then they made us go on a drought for 2 years after that. So I'm 1 foot in and I'm 1 foot out. But I'm over the moon at the way they're moving. Wow.
Crazy work. Each their own, innit? And I said, the train's left the station, innit? If you're not at the next station, bro, you're gonna miss the last train. And that night bus takes long.
Yeah, the night bus is the
night
worst.
bus ain't the one. They're
You,
drunk,
you,
man.
when you're on the night bus on the way home, you know something went wrong.
Something's gone really wrong.
Something went badly wrong when you're on the night bus.
Man,
on the
they're
way
just
home.
stumbling on the bus. You right, pal? You right, mate?
Yeah.
I'm good, thank you.
And you're just hoping that this drunk man don't recognize Drifty. Like, oh,
you're having a good night, Drifty. You right, mate.
Fun that, bro. Fun that.
So yeah, people, look, we're gonna move on from the striker topic. Let us know, Isak, Ekitike, Osimhen in the chat, and smash that like button. Right, let's move on to Marc Guehi. This saga seems to be going through the motion. Shout out to Rich from Eagle Eye Football. I was on his channel last night, just chopping it up. He reckons Palace are going to try and hold out for 45 to 50 mil. Facts,
bro.
Who you looking at, mate? Who you looking at? You got a problem, fella?
Not even that, bro. Like the eye contact is like the introduction to being able to speak. You know, it's like, no eye contact. Just don't look at me.
Yo, you right, pal? You right, mate? No, I'm good. Thank you very much. You enjoy your special K, and I'll just get on with my evening, big man. Marc Guehi, Drift. Where do you sit on this situation at the moment? Because Palace still haven't had a verdict yet, which could potentially change their bargaining power in this situation regarding if they're in Europe or not. There are other options on the table apparently now as well. What would you do right now if you're Liverpool?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm really invested in Guehi coming to Liverpool. Really am. I've really thought about it. I've looked around the world. I've looked at the people who would have been options. People like Iniasho, obviously Schotterbeck, Hincape. Like I've looked at all the people that like used to be on my list of centre backs to come to Liverpool, and there's two things I don't like.
Sorry, that's most still.
Yeah, always debate excuse. Yeah, always debate.
You got a lighter, mate.
They all play on the left. And
did you have a look at? Have you looked at Nathan Zizi from Nantes?
No, I haven't.
Good player.
Is he good? Yeah,
he's good. Yeah.
Does he play right or left? Centre back,
left-footed as well.
See, this is the thing. At this stage of his career, I don't really want to push Virgil over to the right side.
No, but Guehi can play both sides, and it gives us
Guehi can. Yeah. But I'm saying if you was to buy
flexibility as well, right? Because you could go three at the back if you wanted to, if you're slot.
That's true. I'm thinking, you see, like Hincape, for example, who I really, really wanted. I'm thinking now we've got Kirkers, and it wouldn't be about him being able to cover at left back as well. Now when he plays, he's going to be playing left centre back. Hincape can't play right centre back. So if you're playing him, you've got to push Virgil over to the right. That's when I'm like, it ain't that Virgil can't do it. Of course, Virgil can do it. But at his age, I don't want to make him having to start doing new stuff. Do you get what I mean? Especially if preventable. So I would rather buy a right-footed centre-back. And guess why Guehi's so perfect? Because Guehi can play left and right just as comfortable. I'm fully invested in Guehi, bro. He's a leader. He's the right age. He's prem-proven. His stats are good as well. Just everything about it just screams Guehi, bro. It just makes perfect sense, bro. So I'm all in on this Guehi now. Guehi Hato. You do that for me, I think it's the greatest transfer window of all time.
Sponsored by Fenway Sanderson Group. So again, I keep the same energy. I think Guehi's obviously very good. For homegrown status, is excellent as well. I don't think he's the be all and end all though. Personally, I don't think he's the be all. I'd really like us to sign him. I don't think it's the be all and end all. Plus, he has come out and said he's not going to force a move, and he'd be fine staying at Palace for another year and seeing out his contract. And playing time is a big thing for him as well. Big up Sam Max in the building. FSG for life. Big up yourself, bro. Also, to answer your question, Andre, this whole FSG, whatever, not in or out, you're either in or you're out. For me, if you're not saying I'm FSG in, then you're out to me. Andre, you're still on the list anyway. So unless you're changing your stance, bro, then you're on this list. It is what it is.
Cal, he's a leader.
Yeah,
he ain't gonna force a move in that way because his character ain't like that. He's Crystal Palace through and through. He loves the club. He ain't gonna force a move, bro. He wants to move though.
Yeah, of course
he's just going about it the right way. He doesn't want to end up like the rat. He wants to be allowed back in South London. It's understandable, bro.
How would you feel if we waited a year for him and signed him on a free?
I don't have a problem with that at all, as long as we go and buy another centre back in the meantime.
Do you think we would though?
It's very FSG to do that, but nah, not with the situation with unless we actually had Konate signed up already.
We signed Oxford a year to go, but cool.
Did we?
That's what I'm saying. People forget.
When did we sign Ox for a year?
No, we signed him with a year left on his contract.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't wait for him on a free.
Because we needed to move at that time, and that's why it would be better to get Guehi rather than waiting, because we need to move right now.
So we do what we need to do, innit?
We do. It's roughly the same price as well. We paid 30, raising to 35 for Ox. I think it's going to be around 35 to 40 for Guehi. Very similar. That's our sweet spot price, though. You know that already.
When are we going to start rating these owners now? When are we going to start? Let me ask you a question. What's the maximum you'd pay for Marc Guehi? Because Rich from Eagle Eye Football, he was saying he wants. I think he said 45 plus 5.
Do you know what? That is actually a good deal, considering he's only got a year left.
See, if I'm Liverpool, I'm going in at 35.
No, but I mean, you said the highest I would go. Yeah. I would go in at 35 as well, but the highest I would go would be 45 with a few add-ons. Or maybe 40 with a few add-ons.
I think we'll settle on 40 with some add-ons.
Yeah, makes sense. You know what? 40 with £10 million add-ons, but them add-ons are Champions League and Premier League wins. So, like, if they get it, who cares?
Not 10 million, 5 million add-on, man.
No, but you got to entice them into letting go of their prize asset. You can't be disrespectful. So, if we win the league and the Champions, say it was 5 million if we win the league, 5 million if we win the Champions League, yeah? 40 is the price. 5 million bonus if we win the Champions League, 5 million bonus if we win the Premier League. So it could be 50. If we paid 50, it means that we've won the big trophies. Who cares? You know what I mean?
True.
So
I'm going to flip the question. If you rate Guehi around 50 mil with 1 year left on his contract, how much would you say Konate is worth with 1 year left on his deal? Not what we could get from what he's worth.
Probably about the same because of his injury issues.
No, he's better than Guehi, man.
No, he is, but like a lot of people said, last season was the best he's had injury-wise the whole time, and he still got injured. So you do have that little bit of a, like, in the back of your mind.
Prem winner, though, Drift. Played in the Champions League numerous times, played in Europa. He can't be the same price as Marc Guehi.
I mean, similar. Like, if I'm going 40 for Guehi with 1 year left, then I'll probably say 50 for Ibu with 1 year left. Because Ibu is better than Guehi, but he has only got 1 year left and he does have some injury issues. We can't act like he doesn't. Because if Ibu didn't have injury issues, we wouldn't be so concerned about needing to make sure we got defensive cover, right? So, yeah. If you're going, both of them have got 100. So if you're saying both of them have got 3 or 4 years left on their deal, how much are they worth? 100 mil Ibu, 75 mil Guehi.
75 for Guehi.
Bro, he's a 24-year-old international Prem prover. And look at the prices now, bro. Because remember, this is me going on the inflated market. Do you know what I mean? Like that. And then you look around the world and you think, how many defenders are better than Ibu? Barely any. So, you know what I mean? If he had 3 or 4 years left on his deal, 90 to 100 mil is what you would be asking for.
I can't get my head around 75 mil.
So, remember, they rejected 70 mil for him.
Yeah, but that was because Palace they didn't need to sell. But
no, but bro, if he wasn't worth it, they probably would have took it because it was such an unbelievable deal. If you don't, we
sat here last year and said 70 mil for Guehi is crazy money.
Did we? I don't even remember talking
about it.
And he's obviously a lot better because every year he's getting better. That's the thing. He's at that perfect age now where every year he's getting better. So he's much better now than he was last year. So it's just you know what I mean. It's just how it goes, bro. But yeah, that's how much I would pay for the absolute most I'd pay for Guehi, 70, 75. If he had like 3 years left on his deal.
Indy, for anyone who rates Indy as a ITK, Indy has come up with an exclusive. I'll share the screen for you guys to see. He has actually got quite a lot right so far this summer, but let's see what he's saying here. So, exclusive. Alexander Isak has told Newcastle United that he wishes to play for Liverpool. Newcastle have told Isak that any transfer will happen on their terms only, and they could reject any deal this summer. Details have come out that Newcastle United have serious interest in Harvey Elliott. Well.
What were we saying?
I want to dance. Let me show you how. It took years to learn how to do that. How do you like me now? How do you like me now?
Does this mic work? Well then, fuck that mic!
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
My first language is patois. I make them know, say what? A Jamaican you talk to. A Jamaican you look on. Remember say me tell you. Me not deal with no foolishness, dreadless. Me not deal with no foolishness. So sit down and ski where you're there. You're rank. You're rank. So go ahead, dirty boy. When you're ready, me there. Me not gone nowhere, dreadlocks. Me not gone nowhere.
That is one big pile of shit.
Surprise, motherfucker.
My robe is washed and in a vacuum sealed bag. Ain't no oxygen on that robe yet. My sunglasses are in their case. And my Liverpool scarf is in the suitcase, not collecting dust. I'm going to say this now, so there's no shocks and no surprises. If and when Liverpool sign Alexander Isak, the Callum that you guys have known since we started Kopish ain't going to be the Callum you know in the future. If we sign Alexander Isak, don't stop me in the street and expect me to be polite. Don't jump on stream and expect me to be courteous and polite. I'm going to be an arrogant douchebag. I am going to be so shameless that my own family are going to be like, oh, Cal's coming around today. Block me. Oh, we're going for the three-peat. Arsenal finished second 3 seasons in a row, innit?
Yeah.
I'm having a month of Arsenal nights. A month. A calendar month. Arteta in. I am going to be everybody's worst nightmare. There's going to be Liverpool fans who are never going to want to see my face again, let alone rivals. Because I tell you this for free. Alexander Isak, Mohammed Salah, and Florian Wirtz do unspeakable things to this Premier League. Unspeakable things. And I am here for it. I'm here for it. You guys think Monts is bad? You ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. It's going to be beyond careless, Lauren. It's going to be beyond careless. I'm going to be a horrible human being to be around.
No, if we pull off Isak, bro, they might as well just shut down the internet. Yeah, they might as well shut down the internet because the way the rivals are going to be crying while we're celebrating, there's not going to be enough data bytes in the world, bro, for the amount of traffic that's going to be flowing. It's going to be insane. You know, if we sign Isak, the rivals are going to actually cry. You know that? Physical cry. I don't even mean just moaning. I mean, they're going to be at home by themselves and they're physically going to have tears rolling down their face, bro. They're going to be turning up on streams like this. That's how that's how it's going to be, bro. They ain't ready for it. Right now, they are bricking it.
I'm going to be crashing streams like this.
Shut the fuck. Shut. Oh shit! Say it again. Say something else. Oh, say something else. Say something else.
I am not going to be humble about it at all. Not going to be humble. Going to be on my worst behavior.
Works.
Worst behavior.
Worst behavior, bro. I've been on my worst behavior for about 3 or 4 weeks, though, bro, to be honest.
I didn't think I could get more shameless after Florian Wirtz still went through. It's going to change.
Do you want to know how I'm on my worst behavior, bro? Today, there was this guy, yeah. I shouldn't even tell this story. There was this guy and he was training his little kid. It was really, really cool because he had the cones, he set up a little thing, and he was proper lecturing his kid when his kid threw a strop. His kid probably was only about maybe 5 or 6. And his kid threw a little strop and he proper sat him down and you could see the mum. She was like, oh boy. And he was like, look, son, you can't just start rolling around and moaning. This isn't what life is. And he proper sat him down for about 15 minutes, gave him this proper talk about not giving up and stuff like that. It was
my type of guy still.
Yeah. And I thought, yeah, he's got Project Mbappe loaded. He's you know, you're just like this, that. He had a proper goal. A set up with all the code, you know what I mean? And he was doing the runs and then shooting in the goal, whatever. And then he must have had a shot and it went wide and it rolled and it was kind of near me. So I could have just kicked it back, but I'm on my worst behavior right now. So I looked at the ball and then I looked at them and then the boy looked at me as if are you going to kick it to me? And I just went, it's probably a good learning curve if he comes and gets it. But you know what? Fair play to his dad. His dad started laughing with me. So, you know what I'm saying? His dad started laughing with me. So it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? He came and got the ball.
Man. So let me get this straight. If this kid turns out to be a villain, you're the reason. You're the reason the arc started.
No. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
Yes, I'm not gonna lie, bro. First, you didn't help the old lady. And now you're just letting the little kid run after the ball when you could have passed it back. Yeah, you're a menace to society, bro. You're actually a menace to society.
Man. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Someone said, you see what Black Air Force was? No. Oh, man.
No, bro, it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
No, that is harsh, man.
It didn't come right to me, but I was way closer to it than he was. But yeah, it's what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be the way it just dashes cow out so raggo. He's back.
Yeah, so harsh, bro. We got Uncle Rod says rivals crying with tears, not running down face. I can't wait, Uncle Rod. I cannot wait. So Drift, I'll ask you straight. Are we signing Marc Guehi, yes or no, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think we are.
I agree. I think we settle around 40 mil plus 5 mil on add-ons.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a player that they want.
Well, they
And
wanted.
it could end up being a little bit of a we buy a Guehi and then they buy that player and then it all kind of works out.
They want Ben Doak.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
What about the Everton link seemed to be getting stronger? If Everton like pulled out of wanting him now, then or
No idea, but Palace are quite high on him. I've just seen H's super chat. I might as well just get this out of the way. H says, "Get me Isak, and you'll find me twerking on a John Henry cardboard at Trafalgar Square." That's crazy, because you've actually got to travel to Trafalgar with it, set it up somewhere, and then start the twerking.
That's crazy. Imagine if H went up there on a what do you call it, on a Boris bike. With the cardboard cut out under his arm.
Holding it, just cycling. Just cycling. What are you doing with that? I'm about to twerk, bro. Fair enough, big man. Oh, man. Let us know in the comments, people. Are we signing Marc Guehi? And if so, how much would you pay as well? Right. We all know we need a striker. We all know we need a centre-back. However, reports have come out today saying that Liverpool are also in the market for a top-class winger, specified the word top class. And we've also been linked with a certain Mohammed Kudus. Drift, your thoughts on this one? Because I think Mohammed Kudus is a fantastic player. He can play left, right, centrally, at a push, the number 9. However, he will be going AFCON, and he also favours, in my opinion, or his best position is right wing or the 10, where we've got Salah and Wirtz, potentially two of the best players in their positions in world football. Do you think this is a deal we look at, especially now that Heitinger's not here as well? In fact, do you think Kudus is top class first?
He's not top class, but he's a brilliant little player, though. He's not top class because he's not consistent. That's always going to be the worry with Kudus, is that he's a little inconsistent. And what he tends to do is he's a big game player. So when West Ham are playing against the big clubs, he absolutely turns it on. Yeah, absolutely turns it on. And then like he just gets a bit complacent during the other games, so you don't get a consistency with him. That might change at a big club. Kudus, but I don't know if you saw what we were talking about in the group today, me, Luke, and Jamie. But
I'm just looking at it now.
I'm gonna be real with you, bro. If we brought Isak and Kudus in, yeah, and kept Diaz, but we'd need to buy stocks in Durex, bro, because everybody's getting fucked.
That's outrageous, by the way. That's a big pause. That's a big pause.
It is what it is, bro.
Where's Matt when you need his lighter, bro?
It is what it is, bro.
That's crazy.
It is what it is. Keep Diaz, sign Isak and Kudus. So Kudus can play 10. Kudus can cover for Salah. Kudus can play up front. Diaz is still there on the left, who can also play up front. He can also play on the right. Bro, nah, it's done. It's a wrap. It's done. It's done. It's absolutely done.
What would your starting a front 4 be if Isak and Kudus signed?
To make it easier, Kudus and Gakpo would be my off-the-bench options. And Szoboszlai, Kudus, and Gakpo. They'd be my off-the-bench options.
So you go Diaz left, Isak through the middle, Salah on the right.
And Wirtz in the 10. And then if it ain't working, listen to those options, Cal. Cody, Kudus, or Sobo as the options, bruv. I told you, bro. Get that Durex. Get that Durex link or shares or whatever the hell you want, bro.
There's no point getting a sponsorship deal with Durex. You might get a sponsorship deal with Pampers or Huggies, bro, because there's gonna be a lot of pregnancies.
Mm.
I might take a dive back into the ocean, bro. How about that? On foot, on that business, right? And then just ease in, and ease, and then ease.
There's nowhere else in the world where you don't look like an absolute clown, apart from underwater when you're doing that bit.
I might dive back in, bro.
After the wall kick.
I might just dive back in, bro.
How do you think that's even remotely realistic?
With our owners, anything's possible.
It isn't. Well, that's a dream world because
Such a hater, bro.
I don't really know why I don't really know why they would pay that money for Kudus after Isak. From their point of view,
why not?
Because Kudus can't cover Salah when he goes AFCON because Kudus goes AFCON.
No, someone put in the chat that the Ghana didn't qualify.
Oh, didn't they? You know, to all my Ghanaians out there, I'm so sorry. Run it up.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Run it up. Run it up.
What it is.
Hey, if Kudus ain't going AFCON, then I take it back. It all makes sense. Yeah, run it up. It is what it is.
Can I be really greedy though?
The Ghanaians must be so vexed. I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't even know that.
Oh, they'll live, man. They'll live. They'll be all right, man. They'll be all right.
And Nigeria made it, right?
Of course, bro.
That's a double kick in the face, bro, for the Ghanaians, bro.
All right. Am I being too greedy by saying run me for Fana as well?
Oh, you know you're being greedy, Cal. For Fana, Kudus, and Isak. Bro, ain't no way, bro.
Why
I don't
not?
even think Abramovich would move like that.
Why not?
Because it's unrealistic, bro. No, do you know, all jokes aside, that's way too much change, bro. That's way too much change. That means the only member of the first 11 that would have been there last season.
Bro. We keep on talking about changes. Are you 2-pack, bro? Like, what are we doing?
Bro, that means Salah would be the only member from last season who was in. Like, bro, you can't change things that drastically, bro.
You got Gakpo still there and Diaz. You're not seeing the vision, bro.
Bro, that would be insane.
You'd have Fofana and Gakpo for the left.
Yeah.
Salah and Kudus for the right.
Yeah.
Isak and Diaz up top. Ooh.
Yeah,
if you didn't believe me then,
it sounds
you believe
amazing.
me now.
It sounds amazing. There's a lot of money there, though, because if you keep Diaz, then where's that money coming from? Because the only reason why we would buy Fofana, in my opinion, would be because Diaz had left. If Diaz stays, I don't see.
Ben Doak pays for Fofana. How about that?
Well, Ben Doak's paying for Guehi.
No. Guehi's getting paid for by something else. Ben Doak's paying for Fofana.
So you think we'll get 35 mil for Doak?
If Fofana ain't costing 35 mil.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, bro. I've heard Fofana's about 35 mil.
Oh, so you think Edwards and Co just walk into the room and
no, but Lyon really need money, so I don't think they're gonna let assets go for cheap because they really need money.
They don't have a choice, bro.
They do, bro, because he's got a long contract.
Do you know, Bunny will buy Lyon then, innit? And we'll take the players then.
You know how much it costs to buy them? I looked up the other day.
If you don't pay, we'll take it. How about that? Just take the money and shut up, man. Like you're not in a position to be making demands.
Do you want to know how much it costs to buy Lyon?
Say again.
Do you want to know how much it costs to buy Lyon? I looked this up the other day because we was having a conversation about it. Have a quick guess. How much you think it will cost to buy Lyon?
200 mil.
420.
They ain't paying 420 for Lyon.
Euros.
But if I'll call John right now, bro, we ain't paying 420.
420 million euros to buy Lyon.
It's you know, it's funny they use the figure 420 because they must be smoking something, bro. Yeah, we ain't paying 420.
That's about 350, right?
We'll pay 200 Tops.
I'm surprised the club's worth that much with the financial issues they've got going on. Like I thought it'd be a lot cheaper than that.
Brother, it'll be 200 tops. Liverpool at their worst for 300 mil. Lyon ain't Liverpool. We never got relegated. It's 200 mil. Take it or leave it.
And it's also a myth that they're in £500 million worth of debt. Apparently, it's £200 million worth of debt.
Debt's debt in it. Either way, we'll get the player or we'll take the club. Which one is it? Which one is
We're
it?
very interesting. We're very interesting.
We get Fofana for 25 mil. We sold Ben for 25. We get Fofana for 25. Light work.
I do like doing your dog. I big up Dunya. What was I saying? That totally threw me off now.
I don't even know.
Oh yeah, Fofana. Like he's a good little player, Fofana. I like him.
Yeah.
I think he could go on to be something quite special. He looks like he's got a little bit of dope with end product about him, which is actually a danger, right?
He's better than Doak.
If not Doak, sorry.
Doku.
It seems like he's got that Doku, but with end product about him. Because if Doku went end product, he'd be one of the best wingers in the world.
He'd be one of the best wingers of all time.
Like, do you know what I mean? It'd be frightening if he actually could finish, because the way he gets past players is with ease. Like, it's not even a joke. So yeah, Fofana seems like he's got a bit of that Doku about him, but just with a better end product. So yeah, he looks like he could definitely be a promising one for the future, man.
Agreed.
He's the type of player we should buy, but then loan back out. That's what we should do. You know what I mean? That's what we should do in that situation. Buy him and then loan him back out. Even loan him back to Lyon.
Depends on how well they negotiate with us. Shout out to the Herbsman who's gifted 10 memberships. Big up yourself, Herbsman. If you've received one of those, make sure you give Herbsman a thank you. For LFC says, really hope new players gel, a lot of new faces. Yeah, I hear that. They'll be fine though, man. Top quality
that
players.
goes on what I was just saying as well. You do have to be very careful when it comes to signing. You can't just have a whole team full of new players. It won't work.
It will be fine. Red Indian says, one of my favorite players retired this summer, Adam Lallana. What a player in his days. Injuries ruined him. Club legend for me. You'll never walk alone. I don't think he's a club legend. Very good player. One of my favorite players at the time.
Lallana maybe in the cult hero bracket though.
Yeah, he's in the cult hero bracket. Not a legend.
Yeah. I love Lallana. He was one of the players that I got. Every time I seemed to want to play, Liverpool did as well. Lallana was one. When he was a Southampton balling out, I was like, we need to sign this guy. He'll be perfect. I was over the moon when we got him. Without the injuries.
Lallana without the injuries would have been.
Without the injuries, Bob, he would have been sensational.
He would have still been at Liverpool now, potentially.
Probably.
Boy, he's a baller. Oh, two-footed Lallana. Goodness me.
Wonderful player.
What's
he
your
was the
favourite
perfect
Lallana
example of you don't need pace. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, he could just skin you up, hold the ball retention. Yeah. But he loved the nutmeg just for a joke. Like, you know what I mean? And he had the Cruyff turn on.
His pressing was off the chart.
Yeah. Klopp's first season, him and Coutinho's pressing was amazing, you know.
Klopp's
a lot
first
of people
season,
forget about
that. We had a midfield of Henderson at the base, Genie and Lallana, and they bodied teams.
Yeah. Remember what we did to Man City?
Remember what we did to
Coutinho pressing, Bobby pressing, Lallana pressing. We moved up City that year.
Yeah, moved up a couple teams with those three.
Yeah, bro. Chelsea, we moved up Chelsea that year as well. Yeah, we did. Yeah. We weren't a great team, but we moved up some people, though. We did.
Favorite Lallana goal for everyone in the chat as well. What's your favorite Lallana goal?
It probably the one when he did the Cruyff turn and then packed it bottom bins with his left foot. I don't even remember that one. Like on the edge of the box, he did like a Cruyff turn, and then he like ran round and then he like packed it in the bottom corner.
Are you talking about where Henderson got the assist?
I can't remember who got the assist, you know. I just remember him getting the ball and doing the Cruyff on the edge of the box.
So he did a little drag back, passed it. Henderson did a through the leg assist, almost like a side heel.
What team? What can you remember who it was against?
Is his debut goal against West Brom. My favorite Lallana goal for nostalgia is probably the one against Norwich where we beat them 5-4. His actual best goal for me is probably his goal against Leicester City, that where we beat them 4-1 in the 16-17 season.
If this is the goal I'm thinking, then you're a G. Your memory's amazing. And if it is his debut goal, that's even more crazy.
14-15. We won that game 2-1, I want to say. Was it 3? Yeah, 2-1. I think Henderson got the second goal in that game for us.
Yes. Do you know what? I'm conflating two different goals. You are absolutely spot on. Your memory is amazing. It wasn't a Cruyff turn, it was the drag back.
Yeah.
Then he dummied up 3 man. Yeah, it was Hendo with it. Yeah. His debut goal. For me, Lallana's debut goal was his best goal. That goal. Go and watch it back, Carl.
No, the goal. I think Leicester City 4-1 in 16-17 was his best goal. Also, he scored a left-footed curler against Newcastle, which was really good. Who else he scored? He scored a couple of vital goals as well. He scored.
Well, he scored the equaliser at Old Trafford, bro. That was super important.
He did, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, 18-19. No, 19-20. Sorry,
19-20. Yeah, the year we won the league.
Wearing the white kit for that game.
Yeah. Lallana, do you remember when I think it was against West Ham when he did that skill on the wing and then crossed it in and we scored. I can't remember.
The game finished 1-1. I think Mane got the goal. Goal shouldn't have stood though. He's actually offside.
But the skill from Lallana though was insane, bro.
Skill was crazy.
It was insane. He did like a flip flap kind of thing or something, and then like nutmeg the guy out, like filth. Yeah. Lallana, I'm not gonna lie, Lallana definitely got. We do have too many of these players, which is really frustrating, bro. Where like you look at your Lallanas and your Sturridges and that, and you're like, without the injuries, Thiago, what would have been? But Lallana is right at the top of that list of what could have been if it wasn't for the injuries, because he was a super talent, Adam Lallana, without a doubt. Brilliant footballer, cultured, brilliant footballer. He was England Player of the Year as well. People forget that.
Yeah, 16-17. He got 7 goals, 7 assists.
Unbelievable.
Excellent. Big up Lallana. Injuries robbed him of what could have been an even better career, unfortunately.
Facts.
Mr. Darcy Drift says, big up Kopish or big up Kip-Ish. I don't know if that's a play on words or just a typo. Got Uncle Rod's did that one already. FX RNO says, I love you guys, take my money. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Do you know what's weird? For some reason, I thought he was making an FSG joke at first. I didn't actually even think he was actually talking.
Why do you not take my
we've been doing so much FSG joking?
Who's been joking, bro? Why are my owners a joke to you? On a real, why am
I don't know how long you're gonna keep this shamelessness up, but I'm intrigued.
It's not shameless anymore. I've seen.
So you've always loved FSG?
Yeah.
Then you're a liar.
It's not a lie. How many times have we seen love, but just displayed in different ways?
You looked me in my eyes and said, "Nah, Jeff, you don't hate them more than me. Nobody hates FSG more than I do."
I don't.
That's what you said to me, bro. Live.
And it's what's the saying? It's a thin line between love and hate.
Okay.
So how many times my missus has said to me, or probably said under her voice, "I hate that guy." We're still together though, isn't it? Love ain't all fairy tales and roses, bruv. This ain't Beauty and the Beast drift. Love is hard sometimes. And we've had our moments, me and FSG, but now, living it up, man.
Yeah.
Living it up. Let's just say we've renewed our vows.
Hey, don't you, man? No, there's a thin line between bullshit and fact.
If you not can find the evidence of me saying the stuff I've said about it,
you know, there's gonna be a Jamal or somebody who's gonna be able to go back and find that. You know that.
Good luck. Because some videos are going to be archived between now and 24 hours. So we'll Charlie says Nunes, Jota, Chiesa, Doak, Elliott, Kumas, Gordon out this season's forward line. Gakpo, Fofana, Isak, Diaz, Salah, Kudus. Oh my god, that's our forward line. It's done. It's so done. It's so done. It'd almost be too easy at that point. It'd almost be too easy.
When he says Gordon out, I'm confused.
So the players that would be leaving would be Nunes, Jota, Chiesa, Doak, Elliott, Kumas, Gordon, and then we'll be bringing in
which Gordon?
Kai
the little winger, Kai Gordon.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because when I hear Gordon, I just think of Newcastle. For me, I was like, oh yeah.
Crazy.
That's a lot leaving though. Bloody hell.
Big up the Herbs man again. Says, what do you guys think of Dumfries from Inter Milan? I think he's good.
Maybe a bit late in his career now to be up to come to the Premier League. He's 28/29 now, I think. I think he can thump up a man. Did you see what happened during the
Kuna?
Bro, that guy didn't want none of it, bro. He wanted none of it.
Dumfries is like someone sprinting towards a fight location. Leave it alone.
Yeah, Dumfries is about that life. I'm not gonna lie.
Because that person's basically saying, "I can't wait to do this. Hurry up and get help."
Yeah. Like I'm excited.
Yeah.
Punch you in the face. Let's.
He literally, when the whistle went for halftime, he literally was just like, "Yeah, let's go now, quick."
Yeah.
Stoic as anything, bro. Like,
and you can see the other guy was running slow, and he was hoping someone held him back. You know them ones. We lost Cal. That was a crazy pause as well there.
Did I freeze again, innit?
Yeah, to make sure. It was one of those on sides.
You know how that goes, bro. Mr. Dare I say it, Drew's probably clipped that already, bro. Look, poor Matt. Big Money says ibuprofen Kanati can go babysit Trent at Madrid. Bro, that's so harsh. Ibuprofen Kanati is so harsh. LFC,
you know what?
Thoughts on Taylor Hines leaving? I'm quite upset actually.
She was the face of the team,
and she's Jamaican as well, man.
And she's getting up. Some people say she started her career there. I don't even really care if that's the point.
She did.
She's going Arsenal, bro.
I know.
All the teams, she was the face of the Liverpool ladies. It is a shame. It's a massive shame.
It's going to be a massive loss for us.
Yeah. It's a massive shame. But it's the Arsenal part that's just the kick in the teeth, innit? You know what I mean? It's like I remember when we lost.
Matt in the chat says, "Big Money, careful how you speak about Kanati." The only person I know better at defending than Virgil and Kanati is Matt when he comes to defending Kanati.
Yeah, if you say anything about if we ever left Liverpool, man.
Oh, Matt's in a dark place.
Yeah, I think Matt would crash out.
Yeah.
People would think he's hungry, but it would be Kanati.
Shout out to French. You became a member. Be up yourself. Do you know what, Matt? While you're in the chat, just quick answer: are you FSG in or FSG out, please, bro? Just so I know whether to add you to a list or not. You're gonna say something, Drift. Sorry.
Yeah, I can't remember. You know, them ones is like it just. Yeah, if I remember.
Kudus, do you think we signed him? Yes or no?
Nah, as of now, no. The only way I think we do get Kudus is if we don't get Isak. So I don't even really want to live in that world. I do envision a world where we buy Ekitike and then we'd still go for Kudus, but not if we invest as much as we need to in Isak. If we get Isak, no. And that's the one I want. That's the one I feel we're gonna get. So no. But I'm not gonna lie, Kudus and Ekitike would be a beautiful way to say sorry we couldn't get Isak. If I'm being honest. I'll be disappointed, obviously, but it'd be a good way to say sorry we didn't get him.
Would you, given the two options, you can buy Isak, but it means you have to keep Elliott, and you don't get Fofana, or you don't get Isak, but you get Ekitike, Fofana, and Kudus. What are you doing?
That's a tough one, you know.
I'm on fire tonight, man.
Because it's really, but you're making really unrealistic.
I know. I'm Lloyd Banks tonight,
scenario.
Bro.
I'm not gonna lie. Fofana, Kudus, and Ekitike, it's kind of dumb to say Isak, just Isak, innit? Even though that's what I want.
But you're keeping Elliot as well, though.
Keeping Elliot and yeah, I'm keeping Elliot and getting Isak. Yeah, I'd keep Elliot. But like, it does sound really stupid to walk away from that triple threat, though.
No, it's silly because I think Elliot could cover Salah if needed. Obviously, not as good as Kudus can.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Kudus is like better, obviously. Yeah, that's mad.
If you had a choice between getting Kudus or Rodrigo, what would you do? So let's say it's Kudus and Fofana or Rodrigo and Tyler Diblin, for example. You're still getting Isak though.
So Kudus and Fofana,
or Rodrigo and Tyler Diblin.
Kudus and Fofana.
Wow. Interesting. Why is that?
Rodrigo can't play right, so
he wouldn't need to.
That's why he's not good at Real Madrid.
No, but he wouldn't need. You know, he can play right. He's just more effective on the left. But he wouldn't need to if you got Tyler Diblin, no?
Oh yeah, that's true. Nah, I still think I like Kudus and Fofana as a combo more so. Diblin's a little G though. I just don't rate Rodrigo that highly. I know he's a good player, but he ain't this all-worldly player that people make him out like he is. Like people say Rodrigo's world class. He's not world class.
I don't have him as world class. I think he's better than our left wingers.
No, I don't think he's better than Diaz.
As a left winger, I think he is.
No, I don't. He's a good player, but he's not better.
What about if it was Eze
instead of Rodrigo?
Yeah.
Oof, now you're talking.
See, you think Eze is a better left winger than Rodrigo?
Not a better left winger. I just think he's a better player. I just prefer him. I'd rather have Eze in my side than Rodrigo.
I like Eze. He's not better than Rodrigo, bro.
Eze's a baller.
No, he is a baller. Rodrigo's better though.
No, I don't. If Rodrigo didn't play for Real Madrid, I don't think people would think these things of him. I think he's one of them players who, because he plays for the big club, it overinflates what people think of him. Like, nah, I just anyway. Yeah, I'd go Eze. I don't know. Fofana and Thingy Kudus still seems a bit better. But you made it more enticing swapping Rodrigo for Eze. Like, put it like this. See me right now? I hope Arsenal get Rodrigo over Eze. If they get Eze, I'm going to be livid. Absolutely livid.
I think that one's pretty much nailed on, to be honest.
And I'm gonna be so annoyed if Arsenal get Eze. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think Eze is a better left. If Eze goes to Arsenal to play left wing, I don't fear it.
No, I don't think he will, bro. I think he'll go there to play 10.
If he goes there to play 10, who's playing left wing?
It'll be Martinelli. Or maybe they get Rodrigo as well. Maybe they can afford Eze and Rodrigo.
They're not about that life, man.
Who would you be more annoyed? Forget where he plays. Just think about the improvement you think it would make to the team in general. Would you be more annoyed if they got Rodrigo or Eze?
100%.
Who?
I'd be way more annoyed if they got Rodrigo.
Oh, would you?
100%. 100%. Rodrigo's better than Eze. Eze's a baller, but Rodrigo better. I don't think that's even a debate.
I know they play different positions, so it's a little bit hard to like compare them. But I don't think he's better than him.
I can't.
I just don't like. If you took Eze out of that Crystal Palace team and put Rodrigo in that team, Rodrigo doesn't carry Palace the way Eze has.
Rodrigo's quicker than Eze. He's more skillful.
No, he's not.
a
He's
better
not more
finisher.
skillful. He's definitely not more skillful. Maybe
Hey?
he might be quicker, but he's not more skillful.
Rodrigo's not more skillful than Eze.
No. Eze's got tricks for days, bro.
But you do not Rodrigo. That's his bag.
Nah, not really. It's just directness, and he's a good finisher.
But Rodrigo is very skillful, bro.
He's not very skillful. He's skillful. Remember, I didn't say he's not skillful. I said Eze's more skillful. So I never said Rodrigo ain't got no skill. Just Eze's more skillful, in my opinion.
I think Rodrigo's. Yeah, I think Rodrigo's him. I think he's the better player. Doesn't mean I think
fine.
Eze is a scrub.
I don't
Eze,
think
I'd be
you're
over the
crazy
moon.
to think that. I just think the opposite. That's all.
No, fair. So if I said to you right now, who'd be your dream left winger to sign? Who would it be?
Well, I wouldn't buy Eze to play left wing. So
Yeah, so who would it be then?
My dream left winger right now would be. What you mean, as in like anybody at all, or you mean just who's available?
Just who's available, bro. Obviously, we can't say Kvara, bro. That ship sailed for now.
No, because I was even thinking like Dembele would probably be it or something. But
Kvara, it would have to be Kvara. Kvara's the dreams. All I'm saying, Kvara.
I'd rather sign Dembele than Kvara, personally.
Oh, Drifty, stop with this, man.
You think Kvaratskhelia is better than Dembele?
As a winger, yes, absolutely, bro.
All right.
What?
I mean, to be fair, if I'm going to
Kvaratskhelia.
sign any of PSG wingers, it would be Doué.
Over Kvara?
Yeah, but I told you, Kvaratskhelia are done, but you rate him too highly. Like I don't know. You act like he's like the best left winger since Ronaldinho or something.
He might be the best left winger in world football right now.
Nah,
Kvara
he's up there, but he's not the best.
You think Doué is better than Kvara?
Yeah, he's obviously he's further behind in his development, but he's the one I would take. Yeah, I would rather do it than Kvara, personally.
Than Kvara?
But you've got this like love for Kvara. It's fine, but I'll take Doué over Kvara. I would.
Oh man, Kvara's the guy, man. If I sign any winger right now in world football, Kvara all day. Kvara, Isak, and Salah was my dream front three.
And that would be a great front three.
It'd be the best front three in world football. Bar none.
I would still rather Doué. And as a player, I can't believe you think Kvaratskhelia is better than Dembele. That's crazy. That's actually crazy.
You said he's a winger.
No, I just said I'd rather sign Dembele than Kvara. And you said no, you'd rather sign Kvara. So I'm thinking
I do actually think Kvara is a better footballer than Dembele.
That's wild. That's wild.
It's not wild.
But that lets me know that you do overly rate Kvara. You do. Overly rate.
No. Dembele's had a very good season, but Dembele over the last couple of years hasn't been that great.
But that's just injuries. That's not talent.
No, it's not.
That's
it's
not.
both.
That's not. No, of course it was a bit. It was just injuries, bro. If it wasn't for the injuries, the reason we're seeing this version of Dembele is because he's been fit for the first time for however long.
He's playing through the middle.
Well, he's done it all before they signed Kvaratskhelia. They rotate. They do it all. And
on the wing, he weren't really pulling up trees, bro.
They do it all. I'm not gonna lie. Dembele is just better than Kvaratskhelia at everything, personally. But
Dembele's better than Kvara at everything.
Yeah.
Shooting.
Yeah, 100% Dembele's I don't think Kvaratskhelia's finishing is that great, bro.
Oh, Drift, bro. You're having a howler now, bro.
No, bro. You know what? Since he went to PSG, I've been watching him even more intently. Kvaratskhelia is not a gunman winger. He's not, bro. Trust me, bro. He is not a gunman winger. He's not. I've been watching him very closely, bro. I've been watching him very closely.
Drift is horrific, man.
But it's fine. I think you do. I think you overly rate.
I'm not the only one saying it, bro.
No, I've seen plenty of people saying that they pick Dembele over Kvaratskhelia. I personally think that you I just think you overrate Kvaratskhelia. That's all.
Nah, never, man. So
I'm taking Dembele over Kvaratskhelia every single day of the week.
Never.
Every single day of the week.
So who would be your, if you could sign a left winger within reason, who would it be?
Well, I don't think it's in reason, but it would be Doué. He's the one in the world right now that I look at.
That's not even reason, though.
Well, if it's in reason, I'm keeping Diaz. I actually don't really think there's anybody I would actually go out of my way to swap Diaz for. There really ain't. Not out of the people that are, obviously, if it was Mbappe or Vinny or someone like that. But out of the ones that are like available, like Lyon, Rodrigo, I'd rather keep Diaz. I genuinely would rather keep Diaz. So, yeah, Andy Gordon, Barcola, none of them. Honestly, I'd rather keep Diaz than any of them. If we did the Rodrigo one, I don't have an issue with it because Rodrigo's obviously a good player. I wouldn't go out of my way to do the swap, though. So,
fair. If we did sign Rodrigo, would he start over Gakpo for you?
Yeah, most probably. Yeah.
Would Diaz start over Gakpo for you on the left wing?
Yeah, definitely. Diaz, if Diaz stays, Diaz starts 100%.
See, I'll be honest. There's an argument to say Gakpo should start ahead of Diaz left wing.
I'm not mad at you for saying that. I just disagree. I just think Diaz should start. Cody had a brilliant season last year as well. They were both as good as each other, to be fair, last season.
Diaz was better through the middle, though.
Yeah, but he played more from the wing in terms of like his. I think he only played up front 15 times and he played out wide 27. I think it was. So he played wide more than he played down the middle.
But his goal scoring ratio playing through the middle was better than playing on the left.
Oh, but I'm not just looking at the goals. I'm just looking at like his overall play, the way he was, starting the pressing and all that kind of stuff. I think they both were as good as each other. I liked what I saw when both of them played.
Let us know what you think in the chat, guys. All right, let's have these last supers before we switch over. Mario says, would you let Bayern have Diaz if we get Musiala? I mean, he's water wet.
Then I'm okay with Diaz leaving.
I would drive Diaz to Munich myself. I would dash him in the Fiesta so quick, bro.
You can't tell me, you know what we're just talking about, the shamelessness of like how we would act. If you tell me there's a summer where we buy Musiala and Wirtz at the same time, nah.
Musiala left, Wirtz middle, and then Salah right.
Yeah, nah. We're doing some naughty shit to the league with that. Oh my days.
Bayern are never. Now that we've got Wirtz, though, Bayern are never letting Musiala go. I hope people know that. Musiala will never leave Bayern Munich.
Yeah, no chance. I just thought of a front four of Musiala, Wirtz, Salah, and Isak.
It's crazy.
That's ridiculous.
Shout out to Red Indian. Dembele or Salah for Ballon d'Or? Question for you, Drift.
I think Salah had a better season than Dembele, but Dembele will get it because PSG won the league, and he was from December to the end of the season. He was crazy. Like his performances and his stats are off the charts. So I think Salah should get it, but Dembele will probably get it.
It should be Salah, but we know it.
I wouldn't even be surprised if, because it's becoming this whole like PR thing around Yamal. I wouldn't even be surprised if they gave it to Yamal.
Nah, I think it'll be Dembele. SJOTT says, Drift, how you feeling about João Pedro to Chelsea? I know you love him.
I'm livid. I'm absolutely livid. Of all the teams he could have picked, now I've got to hate him. He's an op now. I've got to hate him now.
I'm not losing no sleep over that signing.
I know you're not. But Pedro, I think it's a wrong move for him. I think it's a wrong move for him.
He don't score enough goals, and he ain't taking no penalties at Chelsea with Palmer on the pitch.
But he's also a great facilitator, bro, and they're probably playing behind the lap. So
where's Palmer playing in?
Well, they're playing the new kind of like 4-2-2-2 formation from what Matisse was saying during the during this Club World Cup. So they might be going with like a big man, little man, or like a forward and a support forward kind of thing. And then if they're doing that, they play Pedro and the lap, and then they'll still be able to play. What's his name?
That ain't
Palmer.
scary.
It's good though. But like, so if the four that were playing the furthest up the field was like Neto, Palmer, Pedro, and Delap, you don't think that's a good attack?
It's decent.
Neto's your guy, so
Yeah.
I'm surprised that you.
Yeah, but Neto don't get great numbers, especially at Chelsea.
No, but he'd be assisting and creating if it was for Delap up front. Right now, they've got a proper target, man.
Pedro don't score goals. He's not a goal scorer.
No, but he'll be doing the work and assisting for Delap. Now they've got an actual target.
Then
man.
you're hoping Delap gets all the goals. I don't see Delap getting all the goals that they need.
No, because Palmer will score. Pedro will score.
It don't worry me, Drift. I think it's a good front line. You know I rate the lap as well. So I'm not even trying to do the shameless. I rate the lap. I'd love the lap at Liverpool, but that doesn't scare me. I don't look at that and go,
I think Chelsea are dark horses to have a really good season.
Man City's front line worries me more than their front line.
I agree with that. But
Arsenal
that doesn't mean that Chelsea's front line ain't good though.
If Arsenal went and got Rodrigo and Gyökeres, their front line would worry me more.
Well, yeah, you just added 2 players to their front line. That's why.
No, but it's possible, though. It is possible.
I don't know. I don't know if there's a world where Arsenal have got enough money to do that. I think maybe one or the other. I'll be very surprised if they do both. I would be surprised because that would be about 140 mil to get both, like 70 mil each. I'd be very surprised if they've got 140 mil to spend on their front line, but.
They might have to, bro. They might just have to.
I mean, they can sell one of their players, maybe. If Martinelli gets sold or Trossard gets sold, maybe then, but I don't know.
Arteta ain't selling Martinelli. That's his love child, bro.
No, the rumors are he's the one that is going to get moved on.
I guarantee he ain't going nowhere, bro. Guarantee he ain't going nowhere. But before we sign off, Drift, have you anything you want to promote? You got any big up shows or anything coming out over the next couple of days?
Yeah, tomorrow Real Madrid game. So guys, make sure you join me for that one. And I'm gonna see how I feel over the next say hour or so. But I am thinking of doing the Man City Al Hilal match tomorrow, 2 a.m. UK time. So I'm just gonna gauge it because I feel all right now, but I don't want to be falling asleep on stream. So I'm gonna gauge it. So possibly tonight, guys, because I think that Man City Al Hilal might be a good game. Last 16 game there. So maybe doing that one tonight, guys. So keep an eye out. Keep an eye out, guys.
Karahan says, I want Rodrigo, Isak, and Osimhen. I'm greedy. How greedy?
I'm not going to lie. That type of stuff there, that's the wishful thinking.
Yeah, not even I'm that bad.
That's the wishful. I mean, I wish he was right, but yeah. Maybe if you said Osimhen was on loan, maybe we could do Isak, Rodrigo, and Osimhen on loan, but we wouldn't be able to buy him.
Yeah. That'd be a shout. I'm going live straight after this stream on the Sanderson show to speak about UFC 317 and matches to make after that. Have you watched UFC 317 yet, Drew?
No, I haven't. No. Was it a good card?
I don't know how to answer that because if I say it's something, then it's going to give a lot away.
Oh, okay.
You just have to watch it.
I've got it recorded.
The first 2 fights on the main card aren't great. The prelims were sick. The prelims were crazy.
Oh, is it? Okay.
And then the last 3 fights on the main card were exceptionally good. The third fight on the card might be fight of the year.
Oh, wicked.
Yeah.
Anyway,
me, Luke, and James were starting to fall asleep a little bit. When that third fight came on, we all were awake, fully awake after that.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, might be worth tuning into that as well.
Yeah.
After I do my stream on the Sanderson show, I'll be on Monty's channel, Big Six Bands, for the Liverpool Therapy show. So join us there, people. Got a show tomorrow. Maybe I have a couple of shows tomorrow as well. So switch on the notification bell as well, and then we'll be back on Wednesday as well. So yeah, all week, guys, you've got us. So make sure you tune in. Make sure you smash that like button, hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you know when we go live, people. Drift, anything else you want to say to people before we say good night?
Big up, man. Love as always. Hope everyone's having a blessed day. It's definitely that type of heat where you have to be careful. Don't overdo it. Stay hydrated. This humidity is crazy. But yeah, man. Big up everyone. Across all platforms, we've had 1,300 for the majority of the show. So big up all you lot. I hope you lot smash the like button as well. And yeah, man.
Big up Matt. Matt's got a hate along. When is that, Matt? Just put it in the chat, please, brother. Also, big up to everyone. I just hit 7K subs on the Sanderson show as well. So
wicked.
Appreciate you guys for the support over there as well. Let us know when that hate along is, Matt. I'm guessing that's for Trent and Real Madrid, right?
Yeah, that must be it. That must be Real Madrid.
When is that? When is that game?
Tomorrow.
Okay, cool. So people, you know what to do. Make sure you follow Matt and Drift on Big Up as well. People, it's another one in the books. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Are we being too greedy? Are people sleeping on the success and the fantastic reign of FSG? Let us know, people. Until we see you again, stay safe, stay blessed with Kopish.
Hold on, but is this the... Oh, no, yes, sir. I thought that's a super chat, it wasn't.
No. Big up, enough for you. Take care, everyone. See you soon.
Peace.